Well, welcome back to Posh Cat's Cabin. Today we're in the Skoda Citigo, our little white tow car, and thought it's a year now since we've had the little car, and I've been meaning for some time now to show you around it. So I'm just on my way home, been out on a little trip, just a local trip, and as soon as I get outside with the motorhome, I'll show you around the little Skoda Citigo. But the nice thing about the little tow car is that it's white and it matches in nicely with our motorhome, which stands just behind it. As you can see, the Skoda is quite small. It's only 3.6 metres long, 1.7 metres wide and 1.5 metres high, roughly. It's a 1 litre engine. It's the little sister car to the VW Up and the Fiat MkII, but the Skoda Citigo is the cheaper of the three vehicles, and this is our little tow car, so I wasn't wanting all of the bells and whistles with a little car. I wanted something that weighed under a ton, and this does. It is around about 900 kilos. It is the top of the range. It's the Monte Carlo version, so you do get the little go fast stripe down the side here, and on the back as well, although the Posh Cat's Cabin was an afterthought. There's nice dark tinted windows in the back for privacy glass, and you get the nice little Monte Carlo stamp to go with the nice 5-door version, which has got plenty of room in the back really. So as you can see, it is the 5-door model. The 3-door model is a little more compact, although it's the same physical dimensions. Let's have a little look inside. And from here you can see the little steering wheel. It's almost round. It takes a little bit just of getting used to the flat bottom on the steering wheel, but it is a nice leather finish. The sun is shining a bit bright in here this morning, but you do have an up and down adjustment on the steering wheel. You have the sat nav and digital radio as an option, which we went for. The Monte Carlo version has got a better radio anyway, and there's a little 12 volt plug here which we use for USB. It's a 5-speed manual box, and you know, it's quite a nice shiny finish. If you can see that, a nice shiny finish. And although you do, you know, expect with a small car there to be the metal finish, and the plastics are not always, you know, luxurious, but they're not bad in here. You do get a nice glove box with a bit of space in it, and a nice trim as well. The seats are edged with the red and the stripe, built-in headrests front and rear, and as you can see in the back there, quite a nice trim. You can fit 2 adults in the back, and we've had 4 adults in this car and 3 little dogs, so there is a way of, you know, just getting from A to B when you're out and about in your motorhome. So all you want is to get into the villages or down to the castle where you can't necessarily park your motorhome. It's got a reasonably spacious boot, and I'll show you inside there now. There's a hatchback, and as you can see, we've got quite a bit in here already. A few blankets for use when we carry the dogs. This bag here, this sports bag here, it contains all the towing equipment, because the car has had a towing conversion. And then there's a electric pump for the tyres. There is a spare wheel underneath here, and it is a full spare wheel. It's not one of those space savers, which is good. As you can see, there's plenty of room there for your golf clubs or your good bit of shopping, and the seats do split 60-40, so you can drop down either side to make more room as well, with the parcel shelf here. Now the thing that we have to do when we're towing is to remove this number plate, and I can just simply by pushing up. I can remove that. A bit grubby under there, but I can remove that and put the motorhome number plate on, so that we can run legally when we're towing. So that's the back end of the car. You see the lovely little black alloy wheels, really neat, and they're quite a stylish little car really for a little city car. Now on the front here we have had the conversion, as I said, for the A-frame. Now there's two positions where the A-frame bolts in. There's one here, which is a newly cut hole in the front of the bumper, and then there's the one here which is the original towing eye, and we have the A-frame that comes from those two positions and out, and this here is where the 13-pin plug goes from the car into the motorhome. I can explain more about that when we do the hitching up, and we have got other videos about the A-frame and the towing. Now, when we were looking for the little tow car, we did consider a handful of other makes and models, and we did look at the VW Up and also the Hyundai and the Toyota versions of this type of vehicle as well. All were very good, all were equally capable of doing what we wanted to do, but we particularly liked the Skoda. There was a few of them available, this one in particular, with it being the Monte Carlo, caught our eye. And when we were at Simpson's Motorhomes, of course they're a Skoda dealer, so we could keep all of our eggs in one basket on this occasion, and when we go servicing we can take the car along if we need any work done on the car, and tow it behind the motorhome. We get everything done at once at the same place, at the same garage, and they're very happy to do that for us. Now when we opted for this particular car, we went to see the salesman down at Simpson's and asked them what they got available. This one jumped out at us straight away, and it was 18 months old when we bought it. It had 30,000 miles on the clock. It was owned by one lady who used to commute in and out of Norwich, and it's genuine mileage, and it had been serviced regularly by Simpsons, so they knew the car and they knew the lady who'd owned it. She'd gone for a slightly larger Skoda and had traded this one in. Lucky us. It cost us £6,250, and then we had to pay £20 a year road tax, and the insurance for this is around about £240 a year for me, and that includes for Sue to drive it as well. It's fully comprehensive, of course. A new Citigo would probably cost you, one like this would cost you in the region of £12,000 on the road. So we felt with our £10,000 budget we got the car, the A-frame conversion and everything we need to go with that, and also the insurance for a year as well. Out of that £10,000 budget we didn't have an awful lot of change left, just enough for a couple of tankfuls of fuel. Now speaking of economy, when you're towing, of course, you don't use any fuel, and also when you're towing it doesn't click up on the odometer, so that it's not showing that you're driving those miles. And the other thing is we were getting somewhere between 40 and 70 miles to a UK gallon. So on a couple of occasions when I was backwards and forwards to Simpsons and to other places, I was getting 70 to the gallon, so can't complain at that. Clearly we were sticking around a 55 miles an hour mark, and this car's not built for speed, it's built for convenience. Now when I'm joined with one of my little furry friends, we put a blanket on the seat, we've got a clip to his lead, and the harness goes around the back of the headrest. We've also got another one of these that fits into the seat belt as well. When we're carrying both dogs we tend to put the crate in here, and that's big enough to hold both dogs, and we can put a seat belt across the crate to ensure that it doesn't move around. Oski's quite comfortable there, honey boy. You're quite comfortable there, you like it in the sunshine, don't you? So dogs are secure and we're happy. He doesn't mind going for a little ride with us. Well, I hope you enjoyed that quick look around the Skoda Citigo. We're going to be towing the Skoda along with us, little Ethel as we call it, along with us to a campsite this weekend. We're not going too far, we're going just along the Suffolk coast. So we'll see you there on the next video. Bye bye for now.